Welcome to the Google TV Hackathon. We are glad to announce that we have more than 210 attendees tonight. That's the exact number we had been hoping for like 2 months ago when we started this Google TV Hackathon. So first, I'd like to ask all of you to give a big hand to our sponsor, Google TV team. Secondly, this event is non-profit and is created by a list of volunteers. We still have 3 volunteers in the reception desk right now. For all the volunteers here, can you please raise your hand? All the volunteers, let people recognize you. Okay. Most people are working still in the reception desk right now. Okay. So this is our first Google TV Hackathon ever hosted by our group. Of course, Zoom is also in Silicon Valley as well. We are very excited to try the latest Google TV technology. 2.5 days hackathon. We really hope you can create something interesting, fun. Also can be potentially have a great business at this new Google TV platform. We have the full agenda listed at our sbandroid.org's website, as well as our Google TV Hackathon site page. So I'm not going to too much details right now. First, I will go through few logistic and process issues. So please welcome Carff from Google to explain the logistical manual and security related stuff. Welcome, Paul.
Okay, thank you so much for coming. I am just amazed, and I know that we picked the right team to partner with on this. I got to say thank you to the Android developer group for the volunteers that stepped up. As soon as we came up with the idea, David started getting meetings. 20 people jumped in, and look what is happening here. This is fantastic. So I can't thank you guys enough for what you've done. This is great. We're real excited about what's going to happen. I'm kind of the logistics guy. My name is Paul Carff. I'm on the Google TV Developer Relations team. I'm here with a few others, which I'll introduce here in just a second. But I kind of coordinated all of this, but it's really a lot of these other people that made this happen, between the Android developer group, a number of teams here at Google, from security that we have here over the weekend to allow us to be here overnight tomorrow night, to the food that we're having here, to the rooms that have been set up for us to be able to use. And it's a lot of effort by a lot of people, and I just want to say thank you to all of them for making this happen. If we can just give them all a big round of applause, it's amazing. So the Google members that are here that you're going to want to be aware of are from the developer relations team, and our role is to provide outreach to developers and people that are developing applications just like you, and we're specifically for Google TV. So Christian Kurzik will be talking to you here in a minute. So Christian, keep an eye on him. Paul Saxman, where are you? He's in the back over there. He will be talking tomorrow as well. Osama Alami is back there. He'll be talking tomorrow. Les Vogel is over here, and Sean is over here, and then myself. I think that's all of us, right? Is Mega here? She's not here tonight, right? So we'll be around most of the weekend. We're some of the people you can go to if you've got specific questions about capabilities. You know, you're trying to make something happen and you're having troubles with it. We're here to help you. So please, that's why we wanted to have this here, and what we wanted to do is to bring this capability to you. So please do not hesitate to reach out and talk to us throughout the weekend. So some outlines of things. Restrooms. You found the 2 that are here. Security has been really generous, and is going to help us go open up the ones that are out in the lobby. But they have to escort you out there and bring you back because it is a locked door. So thank you to security for that. This is not the only room. We have another room that will hold as many people across the grass over here. It's Maxwell Tech Talk. It's same setup. It's got the tables and chairs set up like this. There's power in there. We have the carts with monitors in there as well. So once we get finished with this tonight, if you guys wanted to get started, you can go over there and get set up and get started. We have a couple of breakout rooms over here, so if you just want to go into a room and talk about what you're doing, kind of get things flushed out before you start developing, we got some rooms over there. I've got whiteboards that we can bring in. They're on wheels, so we can bring those in for you guys to run around with. And if we can you need dry erase markers, we'll get some of those for you so we can set you up so you can brainstorm and do that fun stuff. I don't know if you guys have figured out, but there's a Google Guest Network. That's the network you all have access to. When you set up your Google TVs to get online, the Google Guest Network is a network you're going to want to use. We talked to the IT guys and said, hey, stand by. We got a couple hundred people here getting online. And they said we should be good. So hopefully we will be. Your badges. We have a badge for tonight. We have a badge for tomorrow. We have a badge for Sunday. We won't make you go through registration again the next days. We can get your badges. We'll have them available for you to get. We'd like you to wear them. You must wear the wristbands because those are the ones that are going to be durable to get you through the weekend, and security will be looking for those. If you do not have a Google badge, you will need a wristband. All right, so do not cut those off tonight because we don't have a lot extra ones. And if you do, then poor David and his team have to go through the registration, and they may want a refund on your T-shirt or something. So please don't do that. So we talked about the rooms. We talked about next door here. Tonight we're expecting to go until about 11. Kristen's going to give us a little talk here. We'll do the pitches, mingle, eat up the food, drink up the wine. We have more stuff coming tomorrow night, so there'll be more food. So let's talk about the overall schedule real quick. The talk tonight, mingle, get your pitches, get your teams formed. That's the goal for tonight, is walk out of here with your team formed. Tomorrow morning, we're opening at 8 o'clock. I know many of you may not come in that early. That's fine, but the doors will be open. One of the things that I'm going to offer is that some people may not know how to set up and use Eclipse to program on Google TV. You may have done Android. There's a little bit of nuances and differences there. I will be here at 8 a.m. if you want to come in here with your box, and we'll set you up on a monitor, and we'll show you how to use Eclipse and talk to it, because there's a couple things you have to set up on Google TV to make it happen. Once you get it, you go, oh, okay, but there are some things you have to do. So we'll be here at 8 o'clock to start that. At 10 o'clock, we're going to set up with our sister group in London, who's going to be starting on Saturday morning their time. We'll get the hangout going in here so that we'll be able to see them playing around doing their thing while we're in here. We will be having talks given by Christian, Paul, and Osama, and they'll kind of be over here in the corner. We're going to set up the hangout on air so the London guys can watch while we're giving these things as well. And anybody else on the web who wants to watch it, they can watch it. We'll be able to interact with them through using the Google Hangouts medium, and they can ask us questions as we're doing it as well. So we'll get to get our London brethren together and have some fun with them. Then the rest of it is pretty much, and you don't have to go to those, right? If you already know what you're doing and you're driving into it, then come on in and start hacking and developing and go for it. We don't need you there. But if you want to learn about some things, we'll talk about those. Then it's just open. Hack all the way through, all night, all the way up until 1500 or 3 p.m. tomorrow, or Sunday. On 3 p.m. Sunday, I need your APKs, and we'll tell you tomorrow how you can submit those in. But there's a deadline. If we don't have it between, was it 3 and 4 o'clock?
3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. we need them by 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need them by 3 p.m. on Sunday for us to get them coordinated so that we can set up for the judging. Generally, the judging is going to be, you're going to come up, you give a short demo of your application. Our panel will be sitting up here in these chairs. We'll be projecting so they can see them. We'll find a way to make sure they can see it. And then they're going to make the determination. The rules are posted online, the big official rules that you have to have. They're posted online, but the judge's decision is the judge's decision. It's their choice for the 3 categories and who the winners are. Okay? This is not Google's, it's not Google, it's not the Android development group making the decision, it's the panel of judges that we have. So I want to be clear about who's making the choice there. And then once we have the judges do their work, we'll announce the winners, and then we will finish up this version of the hackathon. We've had such a great response. We expect to have more hackathons in the future. So look for them, and as you learn about what you're doing, how Google TV works, we look forward to having you back to do it again. Okay, it's a lot of wind out of me. Does anybody have any big questions? Yeah.
since they're going to be plugging in the Google TV box, is there anything they should worry about, like on software updates or anything like that, Paul?
Okay, so real quick, what's going to happen is you've got the Logitech box. Those are yours. We want you to use them for the hackathon here to develop on. We have one monitor per team, roughly, is what we have. So you get with your team, one of you grab your box out, and you set it up. When you set it up, it's going to immediately do an update, right, to get the current version of the Google TV software. So put it in, you're going to get connected, and it's going to do an update. It takes about 20 minutes to go through that first process. Now, with everybody trying to do it at the same time, there could be some fun. So if you go home and want to try to do it tonight and set it up, that's great, right? Before you come in tomorrow and do it, that's wonderful too, right? But then bring those in, and then, well, like I said, we'll have the monitors. We've got the space for you to spread out in your teams over here and in the other room, and go for it. So hopefully we have the space.
And don't unplug them.
Oh, right. Don't kick the power out. We had fun in Toronto, wasn't it, that we had that?
That's why I brought it
Yeah.
up.
So when the update is going, protect the power with your life, because you will brick it, and there's not much we can do about it. So when the update's in progress, make sure it goes through and completes it before you unplug them. We had somebody kick the power cord, and about 5 machines dropped out in Toronto when we gave a demonstration at CoLab. So good point. Any other questions about the general weekend, what we're doing? Please do not hesitate to ask. I will probably be here after you guys leave and before you get back. So
I just got a quick question.
Yeah.
Keeping these Logitech
you are keeping those Logitech reviews. Those are yours. Yep. We want you to develop like crazy on them. Take them, do this, get started tonight, and go home and do more. Yeah.
It's a beginner track. I seem to remember that somewhere. Beginner track.
A beginner track. So that will be the talks that we have at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Will be kind of an introduction. If you want even a more rudimentary one, I guess I call it, if you're trying to learn how to get Eclipse to work with the Google TV, I can do that. How many people are interested in developing and working on it but have never done an Android app? Okay. Okay. Are you guys interested in kind of, how many of you that want to do that are developers that kind of know how to develop but just haven't done Android? Okay. So we're kind of like, I'm not going to do like a real beginner thing, but if you come in around 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow, we can try to see how many people we have, either maybe take one room. We can go to the other room while these guys are giving the talks here if we want to overlap, or we can work that out, and I can walk you through it. I'm glad to do that. Any other questions? Yeah?
So just on Teams, how rigid is it? I mean, is it just one person per team and no exceptions, or can you sort of say, yeah, I'll help this out and they'll help me out?
So team sizes is a good question. The max is max of 5. I've already had the question come up, well, can I do it by myself? The answer, I guess, is yeah, but we'd encourage you to get other people involved, because you'll really be surprised at what you learn from other people. But you can do it by yourself. Yeah.
I guess the question was, so I have something that I would quite like to work on, but I also want to actively be like this.
Oh, you can be on multiple teams. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't know how effective you'll be, but yeah, absolutely.
It's chicken.
What's that? No? Too complicated. Oh, one team then. One team. Okay, so everybody got that clear? You're on one team. Okay, that's it. That's a good question.
Does your application have to have an APK?
You have to have an APK because we are going to load it and demonstrate it. If we cannot load and demonstrate it, then it's not going to pass. The judges won't see it. What's that?
It can't be web-based application.
Okay, let's review the categories. An Android app that has never existed that's going to run on Google TV. So it's a Google TV optimized Android app. That's one. Then it's going to be a phone or tablet Android app that you've ported to Google TV. So it's still an Android app working on Google TV, but you already had a version that was for tablet or phone. You ported it to Google TV. Or what we call the second screen experience, where you've got a Google TV Android app that you were having a phone or tablet be a second screen and you're interacting with it. It's an idea. I don't want to limit what that really means, but that's what we're doing. Web apps are not the focus of this particular hackathon. Okay? And a good question. I mean, I just want to be clear that we're not...
So the prize is there anything specific Are you going to give preference for what type we have done, the prize preference?
So there's 3 groups of prizes. Each of the categories, there's one winning team for each of those. So and there's 4 prizes going out, right? So there's one for the brand new Google TV Android app. There's one for an Android app that was ported from phone or tablet to Google TV. There's one for the second screen Android app, and then there's a popular vote, right? Which you guys, and they got the rules for that one. Yeah.
I saw on the website it was supported for things web or apps.
It is porting the existing. Well, again, it's going to be an Android app that you're going to be testing. So I need an APK. So the question is.
I mean, let's say if you have an APK, all it does is it just feeds a URL to a browser and starts a browser. That's pretty boring.
Yeah, it's not. You can do it, but they're not going to go, oh wow, and you're not going to get anything for that.
I mean, honestly, if you are a kick-ass HTML5 developer and you know effects in HTML5 that are just out of this world, and you take those HTML5, basically a bunch of HTML, you put it into a web view. It loads up snappy. It has really great user experience.
We can't hear you back here. Use the mic.
Oh. All right, I need to scream more. So anyways, if you are a really amazing HTML5 wizard and you can do some really great user experience, and you take all those HTML files, you wrap it up in an APK, you launch a web view, and I mean I think that's a valid Android application. It doesn't mean you can't use HTML in your Android app, but it has to be an APK. I can tell you from experience that launching a browser just to point to a URL is not very exciting. If you're in Chrome browser, you'll see latencies, loading stuff. Yeah, it works, but it's not really amazing.
Okay, go ahead.
Can your app qualify for more than one category?
Can your app qualify for more than one category? I suppose if you really wow the judges and they see it, the judges will have the decision on that. Over here.
So on Android we have app widgets. One go is coming that we have app widgets on Google TV.
They exist now. You can do widgets on Google TV now.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
What's the software version going to be on this review? Is it 3.1, 3.2?
For Google TV, are you looking for the Android SDK version? It is API 12 or 13. For the reviews, it's API 12. Okay, they haven't updated to the most recent version of the push for Google TV yet. If you have a Sony box, they're on API 13. So if you want to know about the nuances and differences there, and you have a requirement that comes up, our team is the one you want to talk to about what you can and can't do between them, and so we'll help you out there. Good.
One.
Yep.
So I was trying to set up my Android local environment for Google TV, and so I used the API for it. And then I complained about...
Okay, let's take that offline. If you've got a specific trying to install and get it set up, we can do that later. Yeah. Tonight we're going till about 11 o'clock. Because we just didn't set it up with to do 2 nights. I didn't get approval to do 2 overnights, so we'll stay here till about 11. And then but tomorrow come in early. Be glad I'll be here. So yeah, officially we start at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah.
And one quick question. Supposing if I have some technology, we want to know the limitation in the Android. For example, I want to use the phone as a mic. That's my pitch actually. So what are the limitations in the phone, and what are the limits that I want to know? So if somebody from the Google is able to help
we can take that out offline.
Any technical detailed question,
Yeah.
take offline.
Okay.
We are running out of time right now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you again for coming, and you're going to talk about your thing here. And then, again, if you got questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul, for the detailed information. So we do have a little more information about the hackathon. So first, about we call Silicon Valley Android Developers Choice Award. This event is non-profit. We collected about $3,100 to 30. I haven't checked the latest number today yet. We're pretty busy, but we only spend around $100 right now. So we are expecting our cash award should be around $3,000. So a lot more than I anticipated initially. So we'll send that detail tomorrow about the cash reward. How do we calculate that reward? Each person received a ticket will enter the room. That is your voting ticket. Each person can only vote once. And it's a popular vote. There's no rules. As far as people like that app, you win. That's all. So we don't take any accountability. We just count the vote. So hopefully that make it the contest a little more fun.
Can you vote for yourself?
Yes, you can vote for yourself. And this will encourage each team to be 2 to 3 person minimum. We really don't encourage one person to compete with 3, 4 person. So I'm going to invite Nielsen to talk about the rules and the qualification for the pitch demo. Nielsen.
For people who planning to actually do a demo on Sunday night, if you still haven't registered for tonight's pitch, you have to do it. Otherwise, we don't have a record about your idea. So only people who register for pitch night tonight is eligible to do a demo on Sunday night. So for people who register, doesn't mean that they have to be pitch, but it's actually keeping a tracking record for us. So if people like put it down as a team size 1, means that they want to do it themselves. They don't have to come to do a pitch. Or if the people already have formed the team before tonight, you don't have to come up for pitching. So the purpose of pitching night is because we want to help people to form a team here tonight. So if you haven't done this yet, please do it so right now.
Okay. However, I need to highlight that right now there's more than 50 ideas submitted. So realistically, you can only create about 30 to 40 teams because about 10, 15 people's idea nobody like it. And one more rule: each person can only pitch one. You must pick up your favorite one. You cannot submit more than 1 ideas.
And each person can only have 2 minutes to do the pitching. So.
Okay. Go ahead.
How much time will we have to demo every question?
Demo will decide pretty much around 3 minutes. Depends how many teams can finish that. Okay, so without further ado, so let's start the fun part.